Friends, welcome to Rankers Up. Today we are going to learn a topic called clocks. Hope all of you have watched my previous video on profit and loss where we have discussed a concept called successive discounts. If you have missed it, please watch it. Now today we are going to learn a concept called clocks. Now what are the different questions generally asked in clocks? Now the first and important question mostly you find in almost all competitive exams is the angle between minute hand and hour hand. The second type of question that can be asked would be at what time will the minute hand and hour hand coincide, or at what time are the minute hand and hour hand opposite, or at what time are the minute hand and hour hand at an angle of 90 degrees. Now in this video we are going to learn how to answer all these questions not taking more than 10 seconds without using a formula, by using our simple common sense. Everyone has common sense but everyone don't know the formula. So let us use the common sense and try to answer the questions in this chapter. Now let us look into the first question. What is the angle between minute hand and hour hand at 325? मिनट हैंड एंड हावर हैंड के बीच में 325 टाइम जब हुआ तब दोनों के बीच में एंगल कितना है? 325 टाइम అప్పుడు మినిట్ హ్యాండ్ హవర్ హ్యాండ్ మధ్యలో యాంగిల్ ఎంత? దట్స్ అ క్వశ్చన్. నౌ దేర్ ఆర్ టూ వేస్ ఆఫ్ ఆన్సరింగ్ దిస్ క్వశ్చన్. వన్, directly we can answer this question by using a formula. Second, we can answer this question without using a formula. Now if you want to answer this question without using a formula లేకుండా ఈ ప్రాబ్లమ్ ని ఆన్సర్ చేయాలంటే ఎట్లా చేయాలి? How should we do it? Now for that some basic points which we already know, అందరికీ తెలిసింది, but we should know how to use it. దాన్ని ఎలా వాడాలో మనకు తెలియాలి. Then this problem can be solved without using a formula లేకుండా దీన్ని సాల్వ్ చేయొచ్చు. Now let us see that. Now what is the shape of a watch? Now generally whenever I ask what is the shape of a watch, every student says are round. But do you find all circular watches? Definitely no. You find watches which are rectangular, square, in the shape of a heart also. But here the hands of a clock, how do they move? They move in a circle. So what is the total angle in a circle? The total angle in a circle is 360 degrees. Now we are going to discuss how to answer this question without using a formula. For that, what are the basic knowledge that we must know? Now 360 degrees is the total angle in a circle. So the total angle in a clock will also be 360 degrees. Now what is this called? This is called the circumference. Now this circumference actually is divided into 12 equal parts. Now you can clearly see here these 12 equal parts. మొత్తం circumference, ఈ సర్కిల్ యొక్క circumference ని 12 equal parts లో డివైడ్ చేస్తున్నాం. Am I right? So this 360 when I divide into 12 equal parts, this each part is called an hour space. దీని hour space అంటారు. So what should be the angle in each hour space? 360 divided by, we are dividing into how many parts? 12 parts. So 360 by 12, it is 30. So each hour space will have an angle of 30 degrees. So 30 into 12, totally it is 360 degrees. Now this each hour space is once again divided into 5 minute spaces. Generally you might have observed in a watch lo chusuntam manam every hour space, prati hour space madhyalo will have 5 minute spaces untai. Now what is the angle in each minute space? Total this angle is 30 degrees which you are dividing into 5 equal parts. So definitely each part will have an angle of 6 degrees. So what is the angle in each hour space? The angle in each hour space is 30 degrees. And what is the angle in each minute space? The angle in each minute space is 6 degrees. Now one more basic point which we already know. Manaku telisina point malli. Every hour, in 1 hour, gantaki, hour hand will move through an angle of how many degrees? ప్రతి గంటకి హవర్ హ్యాండ్ ఎన్ని డిగ్రీస్ తిరుగుతుంది, రైట్? సపోజ్ ద హవర్ హ్యాండ్ ఈజ్ ఎట్ 12 After 1 hour, where will it be? It will be at 1. Again after 1 hour, where will it be? At 2. Again after 1 hour, it will be at 3. So every hour, the hour hand will be moving through an angle of 30 degrees. So in 1 hour into how many minutes? 60 minutes. In a time span of 60 minutes, I am talking about hour hand. I am talking about hour hand. I am not talking about minute hand. Hour hand in 60 minutes will move through an angle of 30 degrees. So in 1 minute, how many degrees will it move? Obviously 30 by 60. 30 by 60 is nothing but half. So every minute, the hour hand moves through an angle of half degree. Now if you know this basic point, definitely we will be able to answer this question without using a formula. This basic point ganaka manaku teluse. Now what is that basic point? Every hour space will have an angle of 30 degrees. Every minute space will have an angle of 6 degrees. And for every minute, hour hand moves through an angle of half degree. If you know these basic points, definitely we will be able to answer this question without using a formula. Now let us see how to answer this question without using a formula in a very simple way. Now, let us see the first question. What is the angle between minute hand and hour hand at 3:25? Now the basic knowledge that we must know is, where will the minute hand be at 3:25 and where will the hour hand be at 3:25? At 3:25, we know that the minute hand is 25. So at 3:25, the minute hand lies exactly at 5. And where will the hour hand lie? So definitely the time is 3:25. Will it lie at exactly 3? Definitely no. The hour hand will be lying in between 3 and 4. So at 3:25, the minute hand is exactly at 5 and the hour hand is in between 3 and 4. So we need to find this angle here. Now this is the angle that I need to find to tell the answer for our question. Now tell me exactly at 3 o'clock, correct 3 o'clock, where will the hour hand be? Definitely exactly at 3 o'clock, the hour hand should lie exactly at 3. Now what is the angle between 3 and 5? 3 ki 5 ki madhyalo angle ఎంత ఉంటుంది? So in between 3 and 5, you can clearly see I have 2 hour spaces. So what is the angle in each hour space? 30 degrees. 2 hour spaces 60. So first write 60. So the angle between 3 and 5 is 60 degrees. Now apply common sense. ఇప్పుడు common sense apply చేయండి. Will our answer be greater than 60 or less than 60? Definitely our answer should be less than 60. So from this 60, I have to subtract some angle to get our answer. Now what is the angle that I have to subtract? So clearly you can see this is the angle that we need to subtract to tell the answer for our question. Now this angle depends upon how many minutes have passed after 3, because exactly at 3 o'clock this hour hand should be exactly at 3. But why is it here? ఇక్కడ ఎందుకు ఉంది? Exactly 3 o'clock కి 3 దగ్గర ఉండాలి. Exactly 3 దగ్గర ఉండాలి hour hand. కానీ ఇక్కడ ఎందుకు ఉంది? Because after 3 o'clock 25 minutes have passed. 3 తర్వాత 25 minutes అయిపోయింది ఇంకా. So definitely in that 25 minutes, hour hand will be moving through some angle by how many degrees? Already we have learned a point that for every minute, hour hand will be moving through an angle of half degree. ప్రతి నిమిషానికి hour hand ఎన్ని degrees move అవుతుంది? Half degree. So in 25 minutes, how many degrees will it move? 25 into half. Ante it is 25 by 2, which is 12.5. So definitely this angle here it is 12.5 degrees. So our answer, very simple, 60 minus 12.5. Now how much is 60 minus 12.5? 47.5 degrees. So you can clearly see here how easily it is to answer the question without using the formula. I did not tell you the formula, but still we got the answer for our question. It is 47.5 degrees. Hope all of you understood how to answer the question without using a formula. If you want a formula, definitely I will tell you the formula. The formula is modulus of 30h minus 11 by 2m under modulus. Modulus of 30h minus 11 by 2m under modulus. Now the previous question was 325. Now what is 3? It represents hours. So in here h is nothing but hours. So 30 into 3 minus 11 by 2 into m. M represents minutes. That is 25. So like that, if you can substitute, you will get the answer. But the point here is remembering the formula. Now, we need not remember the formula to answer our questions. As I told you in many videos that to crack written test, formula is not necessary, especially for quantitative aptitude. All the problems in quantitative aptitude can be solved without using formulas, with our basic common sense. So here also we are trying to answer the question without using a formula. Now, all of you take a quick look at this question and try to answer this question without using a formula. The question is, what is the angle between minute hand and hour hand at 120? Take 10 seconds and try to answer. Let us see how to answer this without using a formula. Now the time given to us is 120. At 120, where is the minute hand? 20 minutes. Definitely the minute hand should lie exactly at 4. 1. Definitely the minute hour hand should lie in between 1 and 2. Now here, what is the angle between 1 and 4? Exactly at 1 o'clock. This hour hand should lie exactly at 1. So what is the angle between 1 and 4? 1, 2, 3. We have 3 hour spaces. So 3 into 30. It is 90. Minus the angle. This is the angle. Because look, if you use your common sense, clearly we can see that our angle will be less than 90 degrees. So to get our answer, this is the angle that we need to subtract. And this angle depends upon how many minutes have passed after 1. How many minutes have passed after 1? 20 minutes. So in that 20 minutes, how much angle did the hour hand move? Through how much angle did the hour hand move? Every minute, hour hand moves through an angle of half degree. In 20 minutes, it should move through an angle of 20 into half, that is 10 degrees. So here obviously this angle is 10 degrees. So our answer, 90 minus 10, which is 80 degrees. Now you can clearly see how easy it is to answer this question without using formula. Hope all of you understood how to answer the question to find the angle between minute hand and hour hand at a given time. So all of you please subscribe our channel for more videos on aptitude. Now let us look into the second question. At what time in between 4 o'clock and 5 o'clock the minute hand and hour hand coincide? Now 4 గంటలకి 5 గంటలకి మధ్యలో మినిట్ హ్యాండ్ హవర్ హ్యాండ్ ఎప్పుడు కలుసుకుంటాయి? ఏ టైంలో కలుసుకుంటాయి? దట్స్ ద క్వశ్చన్. నౌ మెనీ ఆఫ్ ద స్టూడెంట్స్ దే ట్రై టు ఆన్సర్ దిస్ క్వశ్చన్ బై ఎ ఫార్ములా బికాస్ దే లెర్న్ ఫార్ములాస్ టు ఆన్సర్ ద క్వశ్చన్ ఇన్ క్లాక్స్. But it's very easy to answer this question, not taking more than 5 seconds to answer this question without using formula. That is what we are going to learn now. Now generally, how do the students answer this question by a formula? See here. Now we know the formula to find out the angle. That is 30h minus 11 by 2m under modulus. Now when I say coincide, that is they lie one upon other. So when they lie one upon other, what is the angle between minute hand and hour hand? Definitely it should be 0. So according to the question, 30h minus 11 by 2m, it should be equal to 0 degrees because this is the formula to find the angle between minute hand and hour hand. Now just substitute. Now the question is in between 4 o'clock and 5 o'clock. When I say in between 4 o'clock and 5 o'clock, hour hand will be representing always 4 because take any time in between 4 o'clock and 5 o'clock. 4:10, 4:20, 4:15, 4:16, 4:21, 4:59 also hour hand will be representing 4. So according to the question, this h value should be equal to 4. So 30 into 4 minus 11 by 2 into m, it should be equal to 0. Now take this minus 11 by 2m to the other side. So 11 by 2m is equal to 30 into 4, 120. So m value should be equal to 120 into 2 by 11. So 120 into 2 is 240 by 11. 11 2s are 22. Remainder 20. 11 1s are 11. Remainder 9 by 11. So the answer for this question is at 4:21 9 by 11 minutes. they coincide. Just did you observe how much lengthy calculations did we do? ఒక్కసారి గమనించారా ఎంత లెందీగా సాల్వ్ చేయాల్సి వచ్చిందో ఫార్ములా యూజ్ చేస్తే. See, while you apply the formulas, there is lot of chance for you to make a mistake in the calculations. In these calculations, if you make a small mistake, you are gone. Your time is wasted there. So, how to answer this question without using a formula in 5 seconds? Now, just see here. Just let us try to apply the common sense. Now, the question is, at what time in between 4 o'clock and 5 o'clock, the minute hand and hour hand coincide? Now, the common sense point here is, they will coincide between which numbers? A numbers మధ్యలో కలుసుకుంటాయి. ఇది కనుక మనం చెప్పగలిగితే 5 సెకండ్స్లో ఆన్సర్ చేయొచ్చు నా మెథడ్ని యూజ్ చేసి. చూడండి, ఇట్స్ వెరీ సింపుల్. డెఫినెట్లీ వీ నో దట్ దే విల్ కోయిన్సైడ్ ఇన్ బిట్వీన్ 4 and 5. ఎందుకు? Why? Because hour hand will lie in between 4 and 5. Minute hand, it should come and coincide with the hour hand in between the numbers 4 and 5. ఎందుకంటే hour hand 4కి 5కి మధ్యలోనే ఉంటుంది, అది అక్కడ నుంచి కదలదు. బికాజ్ అకార్డింగ్ టు మై క్వశ్చన్ ఇట్ ఈస్ ఇన్ బిట్వీన్ 4 o'clock and 5 o'clock. సో 4కి 5కి మధ్యలో టైం చెప్పినప్పుడు hour hand should definitely lie in between 4 and 5. సో మినిట్ హ్యాండ్ వచ్చి హవర్ హ్యాండ్ని ఈ నంబర్స్ మధ్యలో కలిసి అలా వెళ్ళిపోతుంది. సో ఇఫ్ యూ నో దిస్ దట్ దే విల్ కోయిన్సైడ్ between 4 and 5. See how easily we can answer this question. Very simple. In between 4 and 5, what is the smallest number? 4. 4 represents how many minutes? 4 అనేది ఎన్ని మినిట్స్ రిప్రజెంట్ చేస్తుంది? So definitely 4 represents 20 minutes. అవునా? Now our answer is 20/11. ఇక్కడ చాలా మందికి డౌట్ ఉంది, సార్ ఇక్కడ ఆన్సర్ మనకి 21/9/11 వచ్చింది. We got the answer as 21/9/11, but here you are saying it is 20/11. Now this 20/11 is a improper fraction. Improper fraction is nothing but a fraction where numerator is greater than the denominator, and improper fractions can be converted into mixed fractions. Now this 20/11, if I write in mixed fraction, it is nothing but 21/9/11. Actually 20/11 అంటే it's nothing but 20 plus 20/11. So it's 20 plus 1 plus 9/11. So the answer is 21/9/11 minutes. See how easily it is to answer this question if you know this logic. So try to apply this logic. We'll discuss one question. If you can apply this logic, see how quickly you can answer this question in 5 seconds. Now you may be worrying whether can I use the same logic for every problem? Definitely yes. You can use this logic for any problem related with multiples of 30 degrees, 60 degrees, 90 degrees, 120 degrees, 150 degrees, where these are the questions maximally asked in every competitive exam. Now let us see whether you can answer this question using the same logic in not taking more than 5 seconds. The question is, at what time in between 8 o'clock and 9 o'clock the minute hand and hour hand coincide? Now try to answer. Now, at what time in between 8 o'clock and 9 o'clock the minute hand and hour hand coincide? Your common sense point is, in between which numbers do they coincide? Definitely we know that when the time is in between 8 o'clock and 9 o'clock, the hour hand should lie in between 8 and 9. So minute hand will come and coincide with the hour hand in between the numbers 8 and 9. Now the point is, in this 8 and 9, which is the smallest number? 8. 8 represents how many minutes? 40. 8 5s are 40. So our answer 40/11. That's it. Done. Small calculation. Convert this improper fraction into mixed fraction. That's it. We get the answer. 40 when I divide with 11, what is the quotient? 3. 11 3s are 33. Add that 3 to this 40. So it is 43. What is the remainder we got? 40 if I divide with 11, 11 3s are 33, the remainder is 7. So 43, 7/11 minutes. So the answer is, at 8:43, 7/11 minutes, the minute hand and hour hand coincide. If you want, you can use the formula and check the answer. Definitely you will get this same answer. So try to apply the same logic for any problem related with coincide, opposite, right angles and so on. Now let us see whether this problem can be solved by using a formula in a very simple way. Then you will understand the importance of the logic what we have learned. Now see here. At what time in between 4 o'clock and 5 o'clock, the minute hand and hour hand are opposite to each other? When will the minute hand and hour hand be opposite? The angle between the minute hand and hour hand, definitely it should be equal to 180 degrees. So if I use a formula, I have to say modulus of 30h minus 11 by 2m, it is equal to 180 degrees. Now 30h minus 11 by 2m, I can take it as 180. So what is the value of h we have to take? The time is in between 4 o'clock and 5 o'clock. So hour hand will always represent 4. So 30 into 4. Now take this minus 11 by 2m to the other side and bring 180 here. Minus 180 equal to 11 by 2m. 30 into 4, 120. 120 minus 180 equal to 11 by 2m. M will be equal to minus 60 into 2, minus 120 by 11. But many of the students, what they do is, they ignore this negative sign because they see here modulus, which is a mistake. But here M value is minus 120 by 11 and time can never be negative. Now you may be wondering, sir, what happened? I did not get the answer by using the formula. The logic lies in this modulus. Now when I say modulus of x is 5, what does it mean? X can be plus 5 or it can be minus 5. So here 30h minus 11 by 2m can be plus 180 or it can be minus 180. So when I don't get the answer by taking plus 180, immediately I have to take minus 180 and solve it. So 30h, that is 30 into 4 minus 11 by 2m. Here we have taken plus 180, now take minus 180. So 120, bring this minus 180 to the left hand side, plus 180 equal to, take this minus 11 by 2m to the right hand side, 11 by 2m. 120 plus 180, 300 into 2, 600. So M value will be 600 by 11, 11 5s are 55, remainder again 50, 11 4s are 44, remainder 6 by 11 minutes. So the answer is at 4:54, 6 by 11 minutes. They are opposite to each other. Now just imagine if you solve this particular question by taking all these calculations, by doing all these calculations, will you be able to solve this question in not taking more than 10 seconds? Definitely you will take more than 1.5 minutes to perform all these calculations, because when I don't get the answer by taking plus 180, immediately I have to take minus 180. But we are discussing how to answer the question in 5 seconds. Now see here, very simple. Now at what time in between 4 o'clock and 5 o'clock, the minute hand and hour hand are opposite to each other? Now just tell me logically, which hand is giving us the answer? Is it the minute hand or the hour hand? Definitely minute hand. Our answer is 54 6 by 11 minutes. So minute hand will give us the answer. Now the question is in between 4 o'clock and 5 o'clock. So definitely where is the hour hand? It lies in between 4 and 5. To be opposite, where will the minute hand be? Definitely the number opposite to 4 is 10. The number opposite to 5 is 11. So definitely the minute hand should lie in between 10 and 11. Now our shortcut. In this 10 and 11, what is the smallest number? 10. 10 represents how many minutes? 50 minutes. So our answer 50 by 11. Now this 50 by 11 is an improper fraction. So if I divide 50 with 11, what is the quotient you get? 11 4s are 44. 11 4s are 44. Now add that 4 to this 50. So it becomes 50 plus 4, 54. What is the remainder we got? 6. 6 by 11 minutes. Now you only decide which method you want to answer the questions in clocks. Thank you for watching. For more videos on aptitude, please subscribe our channel and continue watching our videos.
Thank you all for watching. Make sure you like, share and subscribe to our channel and click on the bell icon for further notifications. Download the Rankas app now for full courses.